Good morning. It's morning here. It's right now, it's like 10:20. Busy morning, but I have a project that I need to get done. I have time to get it done, but I just want to get it done before my produce goes bad. I am making chicken cacciatore in a jar. So I'm pressure canning this. I'm raw packing the chicken, putting the vegetables, seasonings, and broth on top of that, and then pressure canning it. Not my recipe. I will share the link to the YouTube video that I got this from. If you've watched any of my videos on canning some things, the meals in the jar, especially the meal starters, can you guess whose it is? Jeni's Scratch Made Kitchen. It's hers. I am cutting it down though. I am not making 7 quarts. She says in her recipe 7 pounds of chicken. And how much do I have here? I have roughly 4.5, but once I cut out any icky parts, like some cartilage or whatever that's left over, which happens, sometimes there's even a bone. You gotta feel this stuff up, you know? That didn't sound good, feel this stuff up. You gotta feel it over, feel it out. Check it out. So I will link in the description her video. You go to her video, you watch her do it. In her description is the link to her website with her recipe. I've already made this before. I love it. Al loves it. My sweetheart loves it. So I don't remember if Logan loved it. I think he was in a mood when I heated up a jar before I dumped the rest. So, just to give you a heads up, the ingredients I'm using, handy dandy clipboard with her printed recipe, chicken thigh or breast meat cubed, onion, red bell pepper, yellow bell pepper, mushrooms, garlic cloves, carrots, thyme, oregano, crushed tomatoes, tomato paste, chicken broth. She also uses wine, but I don't cook with wine. My sweetheart does not like alcohol cooked in food, so I'm leaving it out. Kosher salt, onion powder, garlic powder, fresh ground black pepper, and an optional of crushed red pepper flakes, which I did use and we did enjoy. It's not a lot of crushed red pepper flakes. It was only like 2 teaspoons for 7 quarts. I'm guessing I'm going to get 4 to 5 quarts, depending on how well I disperse the meat between the jars, because she raw packs the chicken first and then adds the rest in. So I'm going to get to cutting my peppers, my mushrooms, and my big ol' onion. And I do have some garlic cloves here that I will press. I do believe this is the one where I pressed each. It might have been the pepper cache, but I'm going to press a clove with my garlic press. 1 clove in each jar. Can never have too much garlic in this house. We love our garlic. So I have some crushed tomatoes that I had left over from previous projects that I just went ahead and pressure canned. I have exactly what I need. And then I have a little 6-ounce can of tomato paste, and then seasonings. I am also going to add bay leaves. I'm going to put 1 bay leaf in each jar. My broth is ready. It's bouillon and water. It's in the microwave. So I have my carrots peeled. Just need to cut them into uniform pieces. I will get that all cut up, the chicken, the veggies, everything. And then I'll bring you back for the assembly, and then I'll bring you back after they come out of the canner. Okay? Okay. So we're back, and I have cut up my chicken. I put a bay leaf in each jar. I crushed a clove of garlic into each jar. I have my vinegar and paper towels ready. I boiled my lids. I made the veggie broth, tomato-based broth, according to Jeni Goff's instructions. I think I have more than I need, but better to have too much than not enough at this point, because there is veggies and tomatoes and seasonings in this and broth. Don't want to have to, I don't have any more veggies. This is it. This was the last project for now. So in my wide mouth quart jars. I'm stirring the broth a little bit as I go because it does have veggies, and especially mushrooms, they like to float. And I don't want one jar to have all the mushrooms. So I'm gonna go ahead and debubble this one. Move on to the next. This is so good. We love this with spaghetti. I have a cacciatore recipe that I do on the stove. So when I saw that she did this canning one to have it ready in a jar, and the way life can throw curveballs, I like ready-made homemade meals. Just almost practically dump and eat, you know? Just can't beat that. Dear good gravy, I hope this is enough veggie broth. I hope. I did meatballs yesterday, but one of these days I'll do a video of me doing the meatballs. I pretty much do what Lisa at Sutton's Days does. Just seasonings mushed into ground beef, baked in the oven as meatballs, and then dropped in jars. She does broth, I do water, and that works for me. She does broth because she doesn't put any salt in her meatball mixture. I put salt in my meatball mixture, so to not make them too salty, I put water in instead of broth. I have enough broth here, definitely. With not a whole lot left over. So that's good. Not wasting a bunch, not running out. And since I'm not doing her full recipe, because I don't have 7 pounds of meat, I had what I had. I just divvied it up between 5-quart jars. Okay, it's one of those days. Now, what does she say? She says 1-inch headspace. Now, I'm going by that bottom ring, but I don't always trust that bottom ring. So I go to the bottom ring, and then I use my debubbler measurer, because one side debubbles, the other side has measurements. That one's perfect. That one's perfect. This one's perfect. This is kind of crooked, so I don't know. Yeah. So this one has a little too much. So I don't have to dig out my gravy ladle. I did not get it ready. But the gravy ladle does work fantastic at usually getting out what I need to get out. Yeah. All right. Now, I'm going to move what's left, which is not even enough for another quart of chicken meat. So if I had another quart, it would not work. Dipped a little too heavily in the vinegar. So I have a paper towel dipped in vinegar. I tend to notice that I tend to go around my lid, my ring, my top, whatever, at least 2 rounds, 2 times around. So 1, that's about 1, flip over. Jar's getting hot. Stew. Clean paper towel. This one. This 2. This one. Flip it over. 2. A little more vinegar on the clean side to do the last one. 1. And 2. Okay, I almost reached in. I boiled my lids like I always do. There's some canner's theories out there saying it plumps up the rubber seal. More so than doing it when it used to be done for sanitary reasons to sterilize. Hot, hot. Okay. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Okay, nice and evenly spaced. 5 wide mouth quarts in pressure canner. Now, I'm doing quarts. So she says process quarts for 90 minutes. These need washed now. So that's what I'm going to do. See, I printed her recipe. It even comes with a beautiful picture. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll bring you back probably tomorrow. When they're all done, cooled, probably after I wash them, maybe right before I wash them. I don't know. But yeah, I'll share this. This is delicious. Okay, once again, it's been a couple of days since I did the Chicken Cacciatore. I'm about to put them away, and I thought, oh my gosh, I didn't finish the video. I said I would show you guys. I would show you guys what they look like in the jar. They are so pretty, and I didn't have any seepage. I had some mushrooms soak up the broth, but I didn't have any seepage. I have garlic skin. I don't know where that came from. Oh, probably the chili I made today, but is that chicken in there? Chicken cacciatore. Yeah. Probably be dinner tomorrow. So I went ahead and wrote up my labels. So I'm about to label them and stick them in the general jars where they go. Have you heard of the general jars? That's the nickname my BFF Chrissy helped me come up with for where I'm storing. So good. So good. Chicken Cacciatore. I'll leave the link. It's awesome. Give it a try. If you just want to like cut it down to just cook it, then just cook it for a while on the stove or throw it in the crock pot for a few hours. You'll get the same intense melding of flavors. Hopefully my memory will start getting better. I haven't posted in a couple of days, so I got 2 videos coming your way. I'm going to try to remember to videotape tomorrow, which would be 3. Tomorrow is, what did I say tomorrow was? Goulash. And then I'm going to do a hamburger stew, but not tomorrow. I'll get there. And whatever's left with the ground beef, I'm just going to can the ground beef. So if there's any left. I don't think there will be after doing that, because it was until I added hamburger stew. So stay tuned. I am also planning on doing cookies. Applesauce cookies. Not healthy. No, not healthy. Just because it's got applesauce in it. No, not healthy. Yummy though. Yummy. So that's coming out your way too, guys. So, yeah. Until next time.